The EVA is progressing beautifully. I guess.
Gemini was a vital, a bridge, a link between Mercury and between Apollo. So Gemini's primary job was to work out all the technical details to bring two spacecraft together in Earth orbit, and then to keep two people in Earth orbit for 14 days. The spacewalks of Project Gemini were needed to prove that everything would be okay on the surface of the moon.
The prime crew now departing from their crew quarters here at the Kennedy Space Center. Astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and then finally Mike Collins.
Columbia, this is Houston, AOS, over.
Houston, Columbia on the high gate, over.
Roger, the EVA is progressing beautifully. I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene.
That's all right, I don't mind a bit.
50 or 60 years from now, I think we'll be doing amazing things that we're not able to predict with any accuracy whatsoever today. People have this curiosity. They want to know about the universe. They want to know more about how it works, how it affects their lives.
The following is the family statement on Michael Collins' Twitter account. Family statement on passing of astronaut Michael Collins. We regret to share that our beloved father and grandfather passed away today after a valiant battle with cancer. He spent his final days peacefully with his family by his side. Mike always faced the challenges of life with grace and humility, and faced this, his final challenge, in the same way. We will miss him terribly, yet we also know how lucky Mike felt to have lived the life he did. We will honor his wish to celebrate, not mourn, that life. Please join us in fondly and joyfully remembering his sharp wit, his quiet sense of purpose, and his wise perspective, gained both from looking back at Earth from the vantage of space and gazing across calm waters from the deck of his fishing boat. Our family asks for privacy during this difficult time. Details on services will be forthcoming. Welcome, everyone. This video was inspired by someone who frequents my comment sections and who I affectionately call my channel critic. I do not use the word troll, as we came to an understanding over a year ago about that term. In the comment section of one of my latest videos, he made a comment which has become a long thread of back and forth between he and I. If you want to read that thread, it is available in the comment section of this video. What started out with an assuming comment eventually morphed into the following. In one comment, he said, "Glober Mom, have a look at the link I sent and see if you still defend Elon Musk." And then complained, "Glober Mom, link disappeared as usual from YouTube. They do not like the truth." Now, I never mentioned Elon Musk at all, so again, he was throwing around assumptions. So I responded, YouTube deletes all comments with links in the comment sections for some stupid reason. I have had it happen to me. It has nothing to do with what you are sharing. Just put the title in the video and the channel name it is on in a comment here, and I will take a look at it when I can. But be warned, I will research it and not take the video at face value before I give a response. So in the following comment, he asked me to be honest, to not obfuscate and go down unrelated side hallways, and to not insult. I watched the following part in question from the video.
Of course, we've got two cameras here. We're not interested in the Astro Dames or the space farmers on the left. We're only interested in the camera on the right, which essentially is the camera inside the rocket filming the separation here, which is taking place. And what we're going to see is this supposed space debris coming from our right to our left. It looks out of whack anyway, but then you see its interaction going across the face of this booster that has just been jettisoned. It's terrible. and then it actually seemingly goes through the rocket where actually the camera's actually on filming this. We'll watch it at normal speed, and then we'll slow it down in all its terrible glory. Here it comes. Just pay attention as well to the silver, I don't know, tin foil on the top right corner. The interaction of this space debris as it passes through that is terrible. Very glitchy, CGI-like. When the space debris passes the booster that's been jettisoned, the interaction between those two is terrible. And then when it gets to our rocket, bottom left, it actually goes straight through the rocket. Now we're going to have it in slow-mo, and then I'm going to play it in super slow-mo. But watch the interaction top right with the silver foil-inspired Kit Kat-loving spacecraft design, whatever that is. Then the interaction between the booster, and then of course it goes through the craft we're on filming it. Terrible interaction there. Just its route as well looks out of whack. Get ready for this interaction with the booster. Not great. And then look, goes straight through the craft. Straight through it.
I found the actual video from SpaceX as I wanted to view the part where the space debris flew past the rocket without commentary. I went frame by frame when the debris was going past the wires and the left part of the rocket multiple times to make sure I was seeing what I thought. I then gave him the following opinion in response. "Oh, that was great, Dennis. Thank you for the laugh. Leo never disappoints." Okay, my honest opinion. The foil Leo was talking about was really wires. You can see the debris between the wiring as it passes. You can tell the debris was close to the wide-angle lens camera, which made it look like it passed directly through the wires and the left part of the rocket, mainly due to blurry focus, sun glare, the light from the inside of the rocket, and digital artifacting, in my opinion. Digital artifacting, which happens with digital TV here on Earth, is when a background or foreground are stationary and there are quick movements that the signal has to process. If I am incorrect in any of this, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. So I was honest, I didn't obfuscate or go down any unrelated side hallways, and I didn't insult. But he promptly did what anti-Globers do and replied with this. "Glober Mom, lol. Look at 527. You can tell the debris was close to the wide-angle lens camera." What? You're defending false narrative now. It's CGI and you know it. Busted. Well, well, are you getting paid for this? If so, they are paying you too much. It's a disgraceful piece of amateur CGI. Either you are on an agenda to support this claptrap, or your mind has been hijacked by bejesus. And then further comment, "Glober Mom, no, no. Mommy, thank you for the laugh. It was blatant."
We interrupt this video with the following message.
Matt Powell has an inflatable banana in his backyard that he calls Dr. Peel. That is all.
Now back to your video already in progress.
He and I had some back and forth about cartoons, and he sent me another link. This time it was to a video titled "NASA is Hiring. Do You Have What It Takes to Be an Astronaut on Flat Earth?" from Don't Sphere the Truth's channel. I am sure you can guess what it was about. So I sent him the link to the Project Apollo archive on Flickr. Thank you, MC Toon. The link shows all the photos taken during the Apollo missions before there was CGI and Photoshop. Of course, this was all explained to Dennis, who responded with denial and an explanation why we could never go to the moon. His comment states, "Glober Mom, 2 words for ye, girl. Demonstrable reality." Astronauts to the moon? Lol. I'll tell you why it's impossible, shall I? Are ye sitting comfortably, Mommy? Good. Then I'll begin. Take on a full moon. The light on Earth is, I'll be generous here, girl, 1 lumen equaling 12 candelas. Now let's apply the inverse square law. So halfway to the moon it would be double 2 lumens. Half of that, again, 16 lumens, and so on squared. 100 miles above the lunar surface, it would be 10 millions lumens. That would burn your retinas clean out. Yes, Mommy, demonstrable reality. And then further stated, Glober Mom, incredulity? Lol. Mommy, now science has to explain how the fuck that they arrived at these rude conclusions. Short answer, they won't. Well, Mommy, ye are championing a narrative that is running out of excuses, but that's up to you, girl. Good luck and good health to ye, girl. Be safe. So he thinks that the moon is its own light source and thus emits lumens, and then says demonstrable reality. And he was using the inverse square law to prove that reality. However, there is one problem. The inverse square law describes the intensity of light at different distances from a light source, which the moon is not. I did Google how many lumens does the moon produce, and the first entry was from Quora, so I took a look and found this entry. It says, I'm not going to attempt to answer that numerically, someone else is welcome to, but I do have a couple of comments. The moon emits almost no lumens of light at all, except for a very tiny bit of fluorescence from radioactivity. It does give off some infrared, though it's almost nothing in comparison to the heat behemoths like Jupiter. It reflects a lot more lumens when it's full than at any other phase. This is not just because it has more area of reflection than either. From asteroid strikes that briefly melted its high silica surface, the soil of the moon is filled with tiny spheres of glass that reflect light back to its origin, very much like the tiny spheres of glass they use to coat highway and stop signs to make them easily visible in headlights at night. I also found this entry on timeanddate.com to indicate the percentages of Earthshine versus moonshine. At the time of the moon landing, the moon's phase was a waxing gibbous moon, and timeanddate.com states, ability to reflect sunlight. Earthshine's brightness is also affected by the moon's albedo. Albedo is a measurement of how much sunlight a celestial object can reflect. It is measured on a scale which ranges from 0 to 1. An object that has albedo of 0 does not reflect sunlight and is perfectly dark. A celestial object with an albedo of 1 reflects all of the sun's rays that reach it. The moon has an average albedo of 0.12, while the Earth's average albedo is 0.3. This means that the moon reflects about 12% of the sunlight that reaches it. The Earth, on the other hand, reflects about 30% of all the sunlight that hits its surface. Because of this, the Earth, when seen from the moon, would look about 100 times brighter than a full moon that is seen from the Earth. We know that the moon is a physical object that reflects the sun's light. It has craters that have shadows. Light sources do not have shadows. That is demonstrable reality. Dennis believes Dennis, believe what you believe. I will continue to know what I know. One takeaway from all of this is that opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. We should respect and not demean each other because of our differing opinions. Thank you for watching.